Going to crown you the first ever, the winner of the 2017 Summoners War World Arena Champion!
This might change the game!
Oh my God! The ball lands!
And he will finally go down! The Okeanos will take this game!
Gets the defense. Oh, here comes the Dragon's Dance!
Number one. It is going to be the number
Unbelievable.
one.
Great play.
Classy professional victory there.
Tomato!
BD right here at the finals in Seoul, South Korea. BD is now looking pretty solid.
That's enough! He
No
takes
chance.
it! BD is our champion with a 3-0!
It's left.
Very strong showing.
Left is our champion!
What a game! Left is the champion!
Mr. Chung, untouched, unbeatable. RNG like anything we've ever seen before. Chung just dominant.
Mr. Chung is going to be SWC champion.
Incredible amount of additional damage on those multi-hits early on. He's
Diligent, the man with the experience, the man with the box, the man with the rules, the man who's been there multiple times.
Summoners War World Champion.
Tars is going to take this one right now.
Absolutely. He's going to be hammering him here.
It's Tars.
And there you have it, TARS. SWC champion is TARS.
Showing once again, he's one of the strongest drafters in this tournament. And you know
Oh
what?
my God! Yes, takes the champion title for the second time.
Right there for Killian Bao, really. But holy, like it really was absolute clinic coming out of Killian Bao. Incredible.
Killian Bao is your SWC 2024 World Champion.
On another level right now.
Wow, that's absolutely insane. Oh, new world champion here at Summoners. Give it up for Boo!
SWC 2026 is quickly approaching, and we have a brand new rule to talk about. Introducing the stack ban. Here's how it'll play out. In the first set, there's no pre-ban. Both players will have full and unrestricted access to their monster box. The pre-ban begins in earnest on the second set, and they stack. Once a monster is pre-banned, it cannot be picked until the matchup ends, and that stays true for all subsequent sets. Just like the old school SWC mode, it is possible for both players to pre-ban the same monster. Here's an example of what that'll look like in a best of 5 match that goes to the final set. So that means there's a minimum of 4 and a maximum of 8 monsters that can be pre-banned over the course of a match. Notably, in a best of 7 match like the Grand Finals, there will be no additional pre-bans in the 6th and 7th sets, so they'll just be accumulated up to the 5th. In other words, the aforementioned minimum and maximum holds true here too. Look forward to the exciting debut of the new stack ban mode in SWC 2026.
Hello everyone and welcome to the America's Showmatch. My name is Evan and with me at the virtual desk, it's Stosh and Kel. What's up, Stosh? How are you, man?
What's going on, Ev? I'm good. I'm excited.
Me too, dude. Folks in chat, thank you for joining us today. For those unaware, this is the second time in history that we've ever had an America's Showmatch. Today, we have 4 pro Summoners War players from varying esports scenes across Summoners War history. And today they're here to duke it out for us in gladiatorial combat, pseudo-reminiscent of a Legend tournament scene. It's going to be a best of 5 the whole way through. We have Mendieta, True Whale, Zazos, and Stay Hive. These are really big names, Stosh.
This is welcome to the show. Welcome to the show is what this is.
Oh, yeah, baby. And people might have noticed we had a little video play at the beginning of the show there, at the top of the show after the timer, and that's on the stack ban rule. Because today, guys, we are debuting the rule set that's going to be deployed in SWC 2026, and that's the stack ban. And so it follows that same lineup that you saw in the video. So essentially, people are going to get 1 round where there are no pre-bans. They get full unrestricted access to their monster box. And then after that, all pre-bans are going to stack up. And that's going to be really fun for viewers to see more diverse teams, right, Stosh?
I agree. I'm actually really excited to see, because it's going to put into perspective how deep these monster boxes go. I feel like when I RTA, I'm like, all right, I got about 7 monsters.
Yeah. Big time. It's like, honestly, depending on how long these games go, we're going to have to see these guys dig a little bit. And we're starting off with a banger, chat. We got Mendieta versus True Whale. We're getting right into it, baby. Like, there, no delay, no nothing. What's up, chat? Mega King, Dilly Gilly, Nova Spa. I love Nova Spa's energy today, dude. He said, okay, so who's my first opponent? Get up here.
So if you're in this, put yourself in the mind of a Titan, right? What are you using this opportunity for? For practice, to figure out what works, to test the balance patch? What would you do in this situation?
Dude, that's legitimately such a great question. And I think that we're kind of seeing a hint of that from Mendieta's draft here too. And it's my answer as well. I'd want to test things from the patch, because this is crazy weird timing, by the way, chat, because we had a balance patch drop like hours ago. So we're going to be seeing hopefully some weird picks, maybe some new stuff that they grabbed. But what about you, man? Would you do it as like a testing ground?
I think I'm trying to figure out maybe I'm bringing a mindset to this game where I would rather define a meta as opposed to try and follow it, especially with the new balance patch, because we saw things like Windstar come out strong out of the gate, catch a nerf immediately, but still be a pretty viable unit. I think I'm using this as an example of how I can compete against my fellow competitors and maybe throw something into the meta that we haven't seen.
So true. Yeah. And I think that a lot of times, like, right, we see True Whale still first picking the Windstark. That's very much like, you know, yesterday thought process, right? But that maybe he's played with it today and he's like, this nerf is not that bad. And it doesn't seem like it's going to completely knock him out of the meta.
No, and honestly, with a unit like our Nyx here, it just adds that much more value, especially because all of the other units alongside Nyx are basically going to be a lot tougher to break through. You might be able to control Windstark, so that way you can, you know, have a turn where he doesn't have the threat state or something like that. But now that he's going to have that passive that helps protect him with the glancing, he's just going to be that much more of a threat. I wouldn't be shocked if it caught a ban here, but it could feed into the Tian Lang. So it's kind of up to Mendieta how he wants to control this team.
Well said, dude. Hey, what's going on, Ultra Death Lord? Welcome to the chat. Also, guys, we're live on both Twitch and YouTube right now. What's up, Jared? What's up, J-Man Bees, Dulce? Good to see you guys and more. Thank you all for being here today to watch the show match. Wow, we're going down to the wire on these bans. So Eleanor catches the ban as well as Nephthys. Honestly, great call considering Nephthys and Nyx. That's a tough combo.
Oh, 100%. I am very excited. This feels very content heavy. We've got all the LDs that everybody dreams of having.
That's what I'm saying, bro. I love that. So, folks, just to be clear, the America's Show match is the biggest scene for bragging rights. We got the Titans playing to say they are the champions of the show match, and this is the second time ever. So we got 2 increased cooldown times going out there. We got a full, 75% team stun from Gianna, but all that does is set up a target for Han.
Yeah, and that Mosh is taking a good amount of damage, but honestly not being able to finish it right away is probably going to be a little bit of a problem. I do like the Theodora pick. This is really interesting considering she was also just in the balance patch, if I remember correctly.
You're remembering right, and now that third skill absorbs half of the opponent's attack bar. So she's going to turn cycle a lot more before. Oh, this is a great opportunity to land a defense break. Goes in on the Han. He's still holding on to life, though.
Yeah, I think that Mosh is going to clean it up next turn. Still one. Yeah. Oh, it hangs on.
Ooh. Yeah, super close. By the way, this is going to be a great opportunity for us to see how much the nerf impacted Stark, because Han's on his way out the door. The team's HP ratio is looking pretty bad, and if he knocks out the Han, let's see how much damage he does. Post-nerf.
Post-nerf limited to 200%. Is that enough for actually hitting sort of, especially because here we've got a matchup where we're off element, so that crit is going to happen even less?
Yeah, it wasn't fair. That ended up not being a fair test. So hold on the test, chat. We'll come back to that a little bit, because that was a glance. What was not fair.
Yeah, and that Tian Lang absorbing bar, yeah, that's just going to add too much damage. I think that's going to be the end of Windstar here. No, he's hanging on, pretty tanky.
Yeah. And
very true to the anime. I'm liking it.
Yeah, super true. Yeah, this is canon.
Unfortunately, not run on vampires, so getting that health back, there's just no way. If you're not going to run Windstar on vampire, which a lot of people seem to be doing, you need a way to give him life, or else he's just going to be an easy target. I've been seeing a lot of Annabelle, a lot of Angela in the lower RTA ladder as well.
Great observation. And speaking of good observations, too, you called out that Tian Lang interaction early, too. Mendieta made a great call bringing that Tian Lang in. I would have liked to see that game again had he maybe been banned. I forget what he banned out there, but I think True Whale
There was
have...
no ban. Stack ban.
All right, I mean the regular ban. You're right, because now it's the first pre-ban. You taking notes there, chat? This is the introduction of the stack ban. First ever time we're seeing it live ahead of SWC.
Shout out to Ultra Deathlord who said he got light free ren. You got the staple unit.
No way. Ultra Deathlord. Congratulations, homie. Dude, that's an amazing pull. I have gotten the Wind Freerin twice. And then I proceeded to get the worst LD5 in the game currently.
Don't tell him. Don't tell him.
Yeah, they can guess. They can guess.
Who did Evan get, guys?
Yeah, who did I get, chat? You tell me who I got. Oh, Theodora catches a free ban, and so does Gianna.
Okay, so I like this because now we're going to see, now that we've lost a unit entirely in the box, does that change things up completely? Or are you bringing in a unit that kind of fills a space that, for example, Theodora or Gianna would leave?
Yeah, and what's the critical mass of units in the pre-ban slots where it's like now we're seeing just two totally different teams? It looks like Mendieta is going for what you shouted out there, just going to try to find somebody to fill the space. I think Theodora felt really like, I'm testing this. We're just seeing how it feels post-balance patch. So he's probably just going to try to fill that area instead of draft a whole new team. Now, however, True Whale is known to bring completely different teams for every round.
Hey, and when you got it, flaunt it. Yeah. If I've got a box that's 20 deep, I'm trying to switch up my opponent every time, because that way that just sort of negates what the pre-ban could do. If you know your unit, if you know your opponent uses 4 or 5 really good monsters, well, just ban them right in a row.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. You could just kind of knock out the hinge points of your opponent's team, try to take it out. Mendieta now dipping into the opposite side of the balance patch here, using the Fire Tetsuya, who caught a nerf. First sell of the patch, actually, I think. He caught the nerf.
Yeah. Back down to 20%, I believe, was the bar.
As John come to us intended. Jared on YouTube says, doesn't Evan have Narsha? No, I think that's probably a different Evan you're thinking of. Evan, where's all the push-up streams? Dude, they'll be back soon. I promise. They'll be back soon, after the next trivia stream. Evan pull light pudding? Yeah,
you got it. Shout out to Tyler, a member of the community. That's that's a really good guess.
That was a really good guess. You got it.
And we've got Gojo pulled 427 LD scrolls, Gianna, Younghung, and Silver. Wow. Incredible.
Oh my god.
Rates unmatched.
Yeah, that's beautiful. All right, so we got the pick ban phase filled out here. This is also we got Lima, who caught a slight nerf, just kind of an RNG nerf after she reached the likes of double S tier following her buff in the last one.
Yeah, this is interesting. From True Whale's perspective, you've got 2 damage units in the Ciara and the Okeanos. Maybe the Okeanos is a little bit more control. You've got a bunch of units that protect, and then I like this light Onimoji into the Layla pick.
It was
Just
a really
on
nice choice.
all of their names there.
Yeah, it was a really nice choice, and it's like they're both trying to bring a semblance of a sort of debuff control structure into each other here. Like the Mortera is really good into what True Whale is bringing. We'll get some bar whenever someone's afflicted with a debuff. Oh, an excellent stun to start it off, denying the immunity and the attack buff for the team. Let's see what Layla can do here.
Yeah. Ooh, not hitting that Lima is kind of crucial here because that's skill 3. Well, we've got the anti-cleanse on a lot of these units here, so that actually might be okay. I like that pick there.
This is like true middle results, right? You know, it's like, it's not the worst, definitely not the best. I got the silence on Ciara, which I'm sure Mendieta is really grateful for here, but and that's going to stick around due to that cleanse block, which is awesome. So now, even though she's free of that, she's still not going to be planting any bombs unless she procs.
Something Ciara is known to do, but let's see if this Megumi is going to be able to seal anything important. Gets the immunity off of Okeanos. Let's see if he goes for the stun. He does get the stun on Okeanos. So he cuts through a good amount of those buffs that Lima put on our units here.
Yeah, and no proc. Ciara choosing to behave herself today. Can rip the skill 2 and get a little bit of bar back for it.
Yeah, I like the focus onto the light puppeteer here, because if that unit keeps moving, giving speed buff, applying immunity, and skill 1 healing, I mean, it's very, very difficult to overcome.
Yeah.
We've seen that unit shine in even the challenge mode over and over again.
It's one of those units that a lot of people have kind of become aware of from challenge mode too. Getting to play with it really changes your opinion. It's a pretty substantial heal on skill 1. Now here comes the fully unleashed Ciara. She can put this on anybody she wants, throws it on the Shiho, the most long-term potential, knocks it out with a detonation. Absolutely well played by True Whale.
Yeah, unfortunately, those Shihus are not built to last a bomb from Sierra.
No. Something important to note, too, I believe Lima's got skill 3 coming up on this next turn here. So this is going to be a tough game here for Mendieta. Oh, great stun on the Lima. So effectively, he just needs to eliminate the Puppeteer, jump over to Ciara. Oh, but there's so many threats, Dosh. I don't even know.
Yeah, and I don't know if you noticed there, Ev, but the Lima did proc, but it had a seal debuff on it. So we know that the Layla is being run on the seal as well. If he can keep that controlled, he might be able to control the rest of the team.
Yeah, kudos to Mendieta. He is adeptly controlling the Lima, because if she procs, it's going to be really rough for him. Down goes the Puppeteer. Now just a couple more threats, and Mendieta might be able to clutch this up.
Yeah, he needs a big Lima proc here out of the stun. Let's see if he lands. He lands the anti-cleanse.
No.
Oh, not able to do it. No.
Bro, these monsters are a statistical anomaly right now, Stodge.
Yeah, the Ciara resisting a bunch of things. I was like, okay, well, there you go. You got another one.
Yeah, I guess that's what you trade for no proc, is a clutch res when you need it too, because that was a really great threat assessment from Mendieta, and just an excellent resist from Lima. There goes the bomb. Can't blow it up, but that's okay. You can see the attack bar gain from Mortera.
Now remind me of, does Mortera's passive happen when debuffs are placed?
It's when they're placed. Yeah, so
Okay.
whenever they're applied, they will get some bar. But
great synergy there from Layla and Mortera.
yes, yeah, whenever it's applied on herself, which is nice, or on an ally. Here comes the Lima.
Yeah, I like that. I just say focus another unit, let Megami move, let Tetsuya move, and then let the bomb explode. Yeah, there you go.
This was a tough hill to climb for Mendy, to be honest. As soon as the Shiho was knocked out, it was looking like it was True Whale's game to lose, right? You know, he was very much in control for the remainder of the game after detonating on Shiho. Mendy, great job hanging on. That's going to tie it up. And remember, we're playing a best of 5 here, so they're still feeling each other out. This isn't an advantage situation. Nobody's at match point yet.
I like this. This is truly Clash of the Titans. How deep does your box go? Because mine probably goes just as deep.
Yeah. These guys have a lot of monsters ruined, and they're ruined really well. So this is kind of what I was hoping for from the stack ban chat, because we want to see more diversity in those pick ban phases. I think this is going to be a lot of fun for the viewers going into SWC this year, and right the heck now watching the show match. What am I talking about? Flipper! What's up, Flipper?
I like this. So now we've got Gianna and Theodora off the stage. Honestly, I'm probably banning Light Puppeteer. Even though it didn't pose that much of a threat, we kind of got lucky with controlling it in the last match.
Yeah. I might ban Lima, but I feel like that's a cop-out. Because, I mean, Mendieta did a really good job controlling her, but it's like she's one of those units that I liken to like a Velodual procking out of stun. Just the most devastating thing in the game. Yeah, it's like, it's dangerous. He did a great job with the control, but if you miss once, it's so over, you know?
Yeah, I like the Megami ban here, because that just takes away a unit that probably both players have and can use to their advantage. And I like the Lima ban because, again, yeah, you proc. It's like Velodual, but better. We've got invincibility, we've got the regen, and we've got the immunity. And
exactly.
True Whale.
Oh, and we got True Whale reaching for the Viva Shell this time.
Okay, stealing the Viva Shell. Interesting.
We'll see what he wants to bring for that. Oh, and for folks looking for some crystals, by the way, you can use command new survey if you're on Twitch. If you're on YouTube, I'll copy and paste the link over there for you momentarily.
Okay, we're seeing the light occult girl, Laura, coming out with a pretty fast team. So we know that Masha, we know that Laura typically run fast. I would be curious to see if this Laura is run on violent or swift, or what I like to see in RTA is a despair Laura.
Oh,
because
that's brutal.
The runes go deep enough, I'm sure.
where is bro from? What has he seen to rune her on despair? That's like the things that catch me the most off guard. It is stuff like a despair Laura, even despair Oliver still catches me off guard, right? You know, that stuff just scares me.
I think we see like some of the best players when they're able to adapt to a meta and then bring sort of a sleeper unit into games that everybody knows what everybody else is running for the most part. Maybe there's a little bit of RNG in terms of the L&D units. But when you're playing at this level, right, you probably have most of the RGB units. So you'd probably want to bring in, I don't know, Despair Laura to throw off your opponent.
Yeah. True. And Mendieta has assembled like a really fun strategy here too. It's like plain and simple, right? You open up the enemy team with one of your AoE strips, you AoE defense break with Annabelle, you clutch up a kill with either the Water Gojo's skill 2 or with Masha's skill 2. This is a nice strat that he's assembled here. Oh, and True Whale is threatening to make it a little more complicated for him with the Dark Demon. Honestly, I have a little bit of like PTSD with that monster. Like if I see it, it's banned generally.
Oh, every time I see that unit, I'm like, why is I as a Dark Gojo owner, when I Oblivion that unit and it dies, why does it come back?
Yeah. It's like they forget they're Oblivion when they're dead. So they're, it's like that. Yeah, to me, that's catching a ban. I do admittedly love the design of units like that, where it's like they just complicate your threat assessment a little bit. They make you kind of navigate the game differently than you normally would because they threaten to surprise you, come back, and revive somebody. AoE defense break gets banned on Mendieta's side, and the Dark Demon, which is the subject of our little conversation here, also catches a ban.
Yeah, I think now if we look at the side from Mendieta, he's down a unit that can sustain the others, unless of course they're run on some sort of vampire set. But now we've got a protection from Chandra, and we've got the heal/immunity from Vivachel. I think in these grindier games, it does come down to who can protect longer.
Yeah, it looks like True Whale's going to get
the reset.
Miss the that's huge. That's so Sekhmet, bro. That is so her. Hey, Ziomi, what's up, bro? And Richard Morales, welcome everybody.
What's up, Rich? Yeah, I think you do go for the Gojo. You're going to proc Josephine, but that's okay because she's going to be moving anyway.
Exactly. Like you're not going to lose a whole lot here because you're willed up. Oh my god, you get a second proc off Josephine's skill. Okay.
The one time you don't want to see the sleep go off.
Asmar, do stack bans also lock up the runes on those units? Yes, there's no time to re-rune in between. So those monsters, as they exist in the game, are sealed in the pre-ban.
Wow, I didn't even consider that. That's actually huge.
That's a really good. It's a good question. I didn't think about the implications of that either. It's like it's like I might be pre-banning away your best Swift set. That's pretty cool.
I think that's why I'm thinking maybe the best strategy with the stack ban is probably, okay, I have a team that goes fast, I have a team that sustains, I have a team that defends. Like maybe it's more about synergy in teams as opposed to individual units.
Yeah, that's some old school Summoner's War tech right there. It's like that sentiment, I think, from Barian, right? It's like build teams, not units. Clutch little stun on the Shiho. Also to Yanis on YouTube, this is live. This is actually not pre-recorded, though there is a slight delay coming into YouTube, I think.
Yeah, so this control here, I don't know, this is going to be a tough hill to climb on the side of True Whale because you've also got that Water Gojo that can just start to steal buffs. And I think that Masha is going to start putting in work once units start catching that defense break. Oh, that's pretty good. Pretty good debuffs going around here.
This and always kind of has been Operation Take Out the Shiho. Once Shiho's down, it's like the game becomes a lot easier for everybody on Mendieta's side, right? So let's see what True Whale can do to try to keep him away from that Water Monkey King.
Yeah, huge crits there. Wow, survives the 3 hits from the Shiho. I'm actually shocked by that. That defense buff coming in clutch right there.
This would be a good time to rip. He's thinking about where to place it, trying to mitigate some of the damage coming out from Masha.
Yeah, I think that was the right call. Even though you would have the free kill on the Water Gojo, there's no sustain on the side of Mendieta, so what's the point, right? And it's also heal blocked.
The double glance from skill 2 on Josie. Hate to see it. Misses the strip as well. Terrible, bro. Yes. Hey, what's up, Botochi? What's up? I recognize that voice. Yeah. What's up? Nice to see you.
Evan, man of the people. You gotta love it.
You as well, bro. You've been getting a lot of love in chat, too. That's awesome.
So if this Masha procs, does it take out the unit? It lands the glancing there. Yeah, the slow, not going to be great. I think the Shiho really does put in so much work just on his own. I mean, applying a 2-turn stun and a 2-turn immunity, unless you have a way to get it, it's just almost guaranteed to get to that skill 2 and start stunning all of the units of the other team.
Exactly. Like, Mendieta, I think, he knew it. He knew it was like, I got to get rid of the Water Monkey King. If he got rid of the Shiho, the game was probably his. But Shiho is notoriously a tough monster to get rid of, especially when you're, getting outsped by him and Sekhmet. Granted, she missed her skill 3 on the first one, but it's like, it's still rough. Wait a minute. Josie's acting like she's going to solo this. Wait, why does she look so confident?
Hold on.
Hold on a minute.
Wait,
hold on a second.
Chad. Don't do it. Don't do it. Oh my God, hanging on by a prayer.
She should be dead by now. She's super dead. Yeah, super dead. Okay, man. It started to look like she was going to take that to go, bro.
I mean, it's a unit. That's another unit. Okay, so we were saying this off stream, right? I really liked the introduction of a unit like Stark to Summoner's War because it was very refreshing to see a unit that could be brought in on a set that wasn't violent, wasn't swift, wasn't despair. When I found out people were running Stark on Vampire, I was like, oh my God, finally. Like, we have a unit that gets a lot of bar, can move a lot. Most people have leftover leftover Vampire runes in their box because nobody uses Vampire runes.
It's true. So few people demand those runes, right? I think that's a great point. It's a nice design space. It's like not a lot of people are using the Vamp runes. Let's design something from there. Oh, Kovarchi, there he is. He finally caught a pre-ban.
Yeah, and get rid of that Masha too. That's huge. I mean, she just does so much damage on her own.
She does. And it's a very 2020 era like pre-ban. That's like Masha was tearing it up like back in SWC 2020. So it's a little retro seeing her catch a pre-ban. But that's kind of one of those like unintended side effects of the new stack ban rule is like you can start seeing people just ban things. They're like, oh, this does a little too much damage. I don't want to deal with that.
Yeah, that's why I'm thinking from the team perspective, if you can start to whittle away at your opponent's key units, this is the test, right? And we will see this in SWC, which is coming up soon. How far are you able to take your rune box? Because it does make you ask the question, okay, do I put all of my best runes on 5 units, or do I start to spread them out and have a little bit more depth?
Exactly. Yeah, well said. And for folks who are looking for more SWC and competitive Summoners War action, SWC 2026 is kicking off with the Korea Open qualifier next week, Friday at 10 p.m. Pacific. And then we have the America's Cup prelims on the 22nd and 23rd of August. Those are day 1 and day 2 out of the 3 days of the prelims. So stay tuned for more. And if you're joining us late, this is the debut of the stack ban, which you're seeing at the bottom of the screen there. All of these bans stack up over the course of multiple rounds in that same set.
I'd be curious to hear from Chad if anybody has sort of a front runner or somebody they want to see go really far in this year's SWC.
Oh, yeah. Let us know if you're rooting for somebody in SWC this year, guys, because this is more or less kind of a warm-up for the prelims, right? This is kind of a pregame show in a manner of speaking. And while you're down there typing to us, let us know what you think of the stack ban. J-Mac, do you guys have vamp runes?
Time to get a necro. All right, so we've got true content coming out of True Whale here. We've got the light Gojo. We've got the Dark Monkey King, one of my most coveted units because it just does so much.
Yeah.
And I do like the Eleanor here.
Right? I was going to say, can we just like talk about the placement of this Ongyuki. This is exactly where he wants to be. Like, I think he catches a lot of hate, the Dark Onimusha, you know, because he was really powerful, caught a nerf, and now he's more of a counter pick. But people refuse to use him as a counter pick. I think this is exactly the sort of draft that he wants to be in, where there's just kind of incidental stuns that are going to get thrown around over the course of the game.
I do love the mindset of True Whales is be like, yeah, I have that unit. I can use it as a counter pick. If I had that unit, I'm picking it nonchalantly.
Yeah.
Just to show other players that I have it.
Interesting banning the Jingjae. I feel like he picked pretty well into the Jingjae, actually. I was more expecting an Eleanor ban because of the cleanse and immunity. But we'll see how this pans out for him. You know, this might end up being the optimal play, but I was expecting a light pony ban just because I really want my debuffs to stick.
Yeah, the passive of that light pony is probably going to be tough to get through. Oh, huge stun onto that unit there.
Yeah, that was gigantic.
Okay, so this is what I mean. Skill 3 doing the absolute most from the Dark Monkey King here, because now you've got units that are stunned, shield break.
Oh my god. Maybe pre-nerf. Pre-nerf, that would have been it, for sure. This is almost like, yeah, you can... I was going to say you could almost heal up the Eleanor if you wanted to, but I don't know if that's the play. And he's going to just set that Ongyuki up for a kill. Here it comes. Oh, okay, great, perfect. We're good. Got the kill. This is how you know I don't have a Tian Lang. I wish I had a Tian Lang. I don't. I was worried that he was going to stun Ongyuki first, and since he can't die while he's crowd controlled, so it's like just be careful.
Yeah, and is the pony going to do pony things? No, it does not violent proc there. No skill 1 stun on the light Gojo or on the light Werner. Let's see, he's able to cleanse and do a good, somewhat okay, decent damage here.
It's that Eleanor passive, adding those glancings is really annoying.
Yeah.
He's not...
Interesting. Not going... Maybe he knew that his unit was moving and he wanted to pick out Vivichel that way? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Here we go. And now... we get the transformation. Look at that beautiful transformation with this transmog.
Yeah, that looks incredible. And now this skill 2, yeah, purify, protect, a lot easier. And you know, we said right before this that we was like, well, we could imagine these games going really quickly. And yes, they are, but they're very back and forth.
Super. Oh yeah, we see control of these games like changing hands multiple times. This is exactly the kind of Summoners War that I like to watch. Like, this is really exciting. And yeah, there we go. Mendieta taking the win, tying it up 2-2. We're going to a game 5 in our first set of the America Show match. This is perfect. This is exactly what we needed for a Stack Band debut. We wanted to see the full extent of what it's capable of.
Yeah, and as for the folks at home, as a reminder, Ev, this is as far as the Stack Ban will go, right?
True. Exactly that. So even the minimum is 4, the maximum is 8. So this, even if we had like a best of 7 situation, beyond this, there would be no more pre-bans. This would be the last one coming up here. And it is Dark Monkey King and Eleanor taking up those last slots. Dude, the horse, Cavalo Shach. That's the one. She's problematic.
Yeah, and you can see from the side of Mendieta, he's just getting rid of those 4 LD units because True Whale's got a lot of depth in units that you just don't see that often in the RTA ladder. But I do like that the Vivichel has stuck around every single game.
Yeah, we've just been changing hands with the Viva. Nobody wants to pre-ban the Viva. It's very funny. Like, the fact that Masha caught a ban before Viva is really funny and telling to me. Oh, Lamila. Her, you know, who was I talking to about this the other day? Her win rate is slowly declining, but we'll see what he has planned here.
Yeah, I think while she is an incredible unit, right, it's not Velasca that takes turns all the time, and it is only a skill 3 1-turn provoke. So while it is good, violent units sort of negate that 1-turn debuff because they're just going to hit something and then go again, right?
That's a great point. I'd be interested to see if maybe the nerf on the Windstark might actually make her be more viable nowadays too, because that might be something that was pushing her out because of his popularity.
Yeah, before the collab and before the patch, I was running the Win, Drakkar, Laura, and Lamelia, just to have 2 units to strip and 1 to control, and then sort of bringing 2 toolbox units a little bit later.
Amazing, that draft. Like it's a really fun setup to have, like some sort of like AoE double strip, some option plus Lamela. True Whales bringing back our boy Beelzebub, by the way. That Dark Demon is back from the depths to try to throw Mendieta for a loop. Thinking about it, Win Stark. Speak of the devil. How funny, the devil is in the slot before him, but we're speaking of Stark.
Yeah, one thing you were just saying, and it just brought it to the front of my mind, is the stack ban goes a little bit further than just banning out your opponent's monsters. You're setting yourself up to not have that monster for the rest of the set.
Yeah. There's some new strategy that comes with the stack ban mode, right? It's like, maybe I want to hold back some of the monsters that I'm most proud of. Lucia. Oh, that's a fun pick.
Okay.
So that means that he's probably not banning out the cigar, because that seems to me like a pretty clear cigar counter to just have the efficacy of the attack bar reduction from the enemy.
Yeah, I like the comments from Kavor and Richard talking about why the stack ban is important, because it actually just changes up what we get to see in the meta. Yes, a meta exists. Yes, there are units that are very solid, but we're also able to see, new things to come about, especially from competitors who have a very deep monster box.
Totally. And at this point, too, we're seeing completely new teams. Like, the only thing that's stayed true is the Viva, but everything else around her has changed.
Yeah, when was the last time you saw Fire Pudding chosen in an RTA?
Oh, I know. Exactly. And we even got to see the Theodora and the Mortera pick. Like, that was really cool. Here comes Windstark with the AoE provoke on skill 2.
Yeah, I like that provoke. You've got it on 3 out of 4 units there. That's not too bad. We're going to get a push-up. Cigar coming in, or I should say the Wind Bison, able to get the reset on all 4 units. And now we're able to potentially apply that immunity. Is that what you're going for here?
This could be a cool moment, too. I wasn't sure how confident he is. Like, I'm thinking like pre-nerf Stark. I was thinking like Song of Switch Destiny eventually, too, could be really cool on the Lamela at some point here. But not anymore now that her attack bar is up. We could set her up for a kill here. True Whale doing a great job. Oh my god, the Laura sleep working overtime.
Love that unit. Hands down favorite unit in the entire game. Huge stun. Able to get it on Windstark. Okay.
That's something I love about the Wind Bison, that he having the crowd control on every single skill. Having soft crowd control, right? He brings provoke everywhere. So regardless of how many cooldowns he's got, he's doing something beneficial for your team. Now we're seeing it. Song of Switch Destiny is going to put Seimei to a lower position. I don't know if that's low enough for Windstark to kill post-balance patch, though. Definitely not.
Yeah, I don't know if True Whale's lost enough units for it to matter at this point.
No, everybody's too
The other
healthy.
problem is, and this is where Lamelia starts to fall through as well. If you take a look at the side of True Whale, there are no squishy units on that side. So the Lamelia skill 2, while it's probably going to be a good amount of damage, is not going to be super significant until much later in the game when we start to see the HP reduction.
Very well said. Yeah, they're not squishy, and like when there's 4 in play and it's split amongst the 4 too, it's gonna be less impactful for real. Let's see. Oh my God, Meatikins, congratulations! Says good news, everyone. I pulled a Dark Keelan Slasher 2 days ago. Oh no! It's still a congrats. It's still a GZ for real.
Yeah, congrats. Babu who? Oh, let's see. Now we've got the defense break. This is going to be enough, or would he rather go for the skill 3 provoke? No,
he's just going to rip
skill 2. Oh,
that's still beefy, bro. He's still. That's a super effective skill 2 from Lamela. True Whale's team is now looking really fragile. Yeah, that's a much more manageable amount of damage coming out from Windstark.
Yeah. Okay, skill 2. He needs some big stuns here. Oh!
Wait.
The triple stun!
Whoa.
The triple stun!
Mendieta taking it back. And Laura is being the star of the show.
Yeah. Oh my god, and able to get you to that unit. Now you just skill 3 provoke. and then you just start to run away with it. Oh, the violent proc.
He could cleanse. He could cleanse Bison.
Oh, no.
Big reset. True Whale can take it back here. This is why I love these matchups, bro. These have been amazing games.
Oh my god.
Just the turn.
Full bar reset, and then he gets the skill to provoke. It's so good.
Control of this game is passing back and forth as we speak. Everybody's working overtime to try to win this game for their player. Lamila's got no gas in the tank, though.
Oh my god. She can get back to maybe one more. It's going to be so tough, though, now with the slow debuff. I mean, does Laura have skill 3? Can we sort of negate that here? It's going to be a matter, right?
You provoke that there. Throw out the hug on the Cigar. Cigar is now your most important unit. Taking out the Lamila. Right when Mendieta was looking like he was going to take it back, here comes True Whale's team taking it back out of Mendieta's hands.
Yeah, and I gotta say, the all-star of all 5 matches really feels like it needs to be Viva Chill. We saw
how she evaded the pre-ban, how she evaded 8 pre-ban essentially is crazy. True Whale moves on to the next phase.
Congratulations.
And amazing showing from Mendieta, to be honest. Those were phenomenal games.
Yeah, I love the idea of these just being, you know, like no prize, no trophy, no whatever, just for the love of the game. We're locking in and we're taking bragging rights home.
It's big bragging rights. Like seriously, like look at this. The stature of these players here today, chat. This truly is like a mini America's Cup in the America's Show match. And these guys are holding nothing back. Like it was clear they wanted to win in these games. But my favorite part that you brought up, Stosh, is that like you could never tell. Like the control of the game was being passed around like crazy.
Yeah, and I think that just speaks to the level that these players play. Because if you've got a box that goes this deep and you've got runes that can be shifted around no problem, you're probably going to pass control back and forth and you're going to pass games back and forth. I'm very curious to see if the stack ban ends up changing how quickly sets are won in SWC.
Me too. It's going to be amazing to see. J-Mac, I wish I could read that comment, but I probably shouldn't, so I won't. Just know that it's funny. Just know that I find that hilarious. Okay. That's too good, dude. Oh, this was a great game. This is the one with the Ongiyuki. It was the Eleanor as well. The Eleanor was really a thorn in True Whale's side throughout the whole thing, just denying crucial hits. But he took it in the end. He got that 5th round win, and we got to see the full extent of the stack ban in its debut game.
Yeah, that was incredible. I really, really like that. I really appreciate seeing units that we just don't see that often.
Yeah, it's super interesting picks too. I really appreciate these guys brought some content picks for us too. Like seeing Theodora in there following the balance patch was great. So guys, it's a 3-game show today. So we just had our first semifinals match between Mendieta and True Whale. Our next one is going to be Zezas versus Stay Hive. And then whoever wins that will meet True Whale in a best of 5 finals. And then we'll have our champion of the 2nd ever America's Show match. We waste no time around here, chat. We're getting right into the semifinals 2, set number 1. And remember, there is no pre-ban on this first one. If you happen to be joining us a little bit later, we get straight into the pick ban phase. Given that there are so many monsters being pre-banned, if you go into the late stages of one of these things, you get 1 round where you have full access to your monsters. It just makes sense.
Yeah, I think it's pretty fair. It might as well be, let's put everything on the table for game 1, take that momentum, then you have a game to sort of figure out what else is in your opponent's box, and then game 3, 4 really comes down to, okay, how am I going to adjust?
Yeah. So Zezas and Stay Hive have effectively split up what has become the most potent combo in RTA right now, which is the Windstark and the Fire Tetsuya or Megumi.
Yeah, throw in a Josephine there and you've just got 3 units that synergize so well. Regardless of who you hit, somebody else is taking a turn. Is that the light Ifrit we're seeing in a pick here from Stay Hive?
It is. It's an interesting pick, and that tells me that he's definitely not going to be banning Shiho. Because if he bans Shiho, there's no value. But like, if Shiho's in play and Elsharion's not stunned, then his whole team kind of gets invincibility by proxy.
Yeah, and looking at this team here, interesting. Leaving the Water Indra in, I feel like that unit is so hard to punch through, because now on the side of Zezas, you had 3 units that revive, and now you've got 2. So basically you're killing 6 monsters.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, it is additive like that as well. And we're actually getting to see the Dark Demon in play for once here. I don't know if he's going to be... we'll see. We'll see if he's quite as impactful. I think Shiho could really do work this game. If he keeps the Elsharion stun, that's really the important thing here.
Yeah, interesting to go in on the... Oh, wow. Good amount of damage coming out from the side of Stay Hive here.
This would actually be a really good moment to just go for the kill on the Parjanya, to be totally honest. I know it's a little bit... It's a little greedy going on the Shiho. I would have gone for the Parjanya before it has its own revive, so you can drain it from the Nana.
Yeah, I guess you're trying to make the units choose. Curious which would take precedent there. Oh, let's see if the Dark Demon's able to just one-shot one of these units. Is that the option? It does. Okay.
Oh, goes for the start. Stay Hive is making an incredible debut into this game here.
Yeah, going for the stun on the Fire Megami, that probably makes the most sense. Now you've got a couple units down, but you want to be careful. You don't want to kill that Dark Demon. Oh, unable to steal the buff from the Shiho there.
Stay Hive did a really good job of taking early control, but he was really spreading his damage around. I think he probably could have gotten through at least one Nana stack if he stayed on the Parjanya.
Yeah, because now you've got Nana... Oh, not killing the Winch Sharks. Nana still has 1 orb on her now.
There's the invincibility. That's why we bring him, baby.
Yep, that's a huge steal there.
Yeah.
And
oh my god, everyone's
Shiho. Oh my god, give me those.
Look at that. Everybody's Shiho except for Shiho.
Yeah, I mean, you can't do anything. You're just basically watching. You might as well go in on the Megami so that he doesn't get the bar. We're able to get our Windshark back, and then I think you just take it again, right?
Yeah, right now I think he's... What we just saw is Stay Hive battle with the greed in his heart. It's like, do I want to get rid of my source of invincibility and immunity? I think that's what that hesitation
He hovered over the screen a little too long there.
Yeah, it's like, bro, just take out the Shiho.
Yeah.
Like, just kill the Shiho, dog. That's so true, bro. And here we go. So Nana had threat state, so she had to attack into the Megami. I'm sure they would have loved to attack into the Dark Demon just to get another stack. Oh, that turn!
God. The unit is so good. It's so good. And it can't be stopped unless you fully reset it.
That's it. Stay Hive. Man, he improv'd his way through that game. He did an amazing showcase of the Dark Demon and Elsharion for us, too. Just really volatile picks.
Yeah, if I'm Zezas, the lightning speed I would ban out that Beelzebub there would be record-breaking.
Frame 1. It'd be like a true combo between picking it and my finger banning it. That's a true combo. Like
Zezas is saying, I hope you like playing with that unit because it will never hit the field again.
Oh, yeah. It's banned. It's 100% banned.
Oh! Sticking around.
Okay. All right. Also, by the way, the Shiho being pre-banned early, that's a tough pre-ban for both players because I remember, Zezas probably has drifted from Shiho a little bit following his use in SWC, but he was a key point of his strategy in 2025's tournaments.
Yeah. And the Dark Ivor, I don't know if it's the most critical unit, but probably just because it threatens so much speed, they don't mind banning it out and not seeing it for the rest of the set here.
Yeah, Zezas hovering the Theodora. All of a sudden, we were seeing multiple people picking her following her placement on the balance patch. I suppose that is really good. It's going from 30% to 50% attack bar absorption. All right, that's pretty extreme.
Yeah, curious to see if we see any more of that in the actual SWC. Because again, remember, you're treating this probably as more of a testing ground. You know you're competing at a high level. You know that other people are bringing very similar units. I think, honestly, best case scenario on the quote-unquote world stage, right, is test out the balance patch live. See what works, see what doesn't.
Yeah, or actually, you know what? I just opened it up again. So I think she's getting picked a lot more because of the speed lead change, because I misread it. They actually took it from 50 to 30% attack bar absorption. So it appeared at the bottom. Normally they put nerfs at the top, but they changed the value of the absorb and gave her a 24 speed lead. Or excuse me, it's a 24 speed lead. I just double checked because I was like, something doesn't seem right.
Yeah, okay. Absorbs attack bar went from 50 to 30, but anytime, it's kind of what happened, what we saw with the Jingzhe, right? Where all of a sudden it got that speed lead, team speed lead, and it just entered the meta in a crazy way. It was good before, now it's great, and it's still pretty solid after all these balance patches later.
That's all it takes to get that pick rate way up. So sorry for the confusion there, chat. Zazos is bringing a blast from the past, bringing Water Gandalf in the middle of a new collaboration. The two greats are facing off at the center of the pick ban phase there. From their respective collabs. Those are definitely the standouts.
Definitely, and we saw that unit, even though the Windshark sort of caught the emergency nerf, the Water Gandalf didn't until a few patches later. And I'm actually curious to see how it performs, because I think the Water Gandalf's passive is still really solid in the game. Maybe it just doesn't provide as much value as it does, but we can see here on the side of Zazos, we've got a lot of sustain from the Annabelle, the Juno, and the Water Gandalf. I'm a little curious to see where his damage comes from.
Yeah, true. There's not a whole lot, but maybe the Juno's got crazy additionals. We'll have to find out on there. And Kavor, yeah, I couldn't agree more. I think that the stack ban system is going to make it so we see a lot more diversity in the pick ban phase. It's going to be great for viewers, and it's going to introduce a new element of strategy for the players too.
Yeah, and this is actually smart on the side of Zazos. You don't want to skill 2 because anything you take off, the Heigang will immediately strip. And looking at the side of Stayhive, the only buff I see coming back, unless that light puppeteer starts to take turns, is going to be the threat save from Stark.
So true, and that confirms the kill. Those are amazing additional damage sources on that Juno.
Yeah, and unfortunately now the Heigang is just kind of there.
That's the tough part about Heigang, man. Like, you know, I'd love like Heigang even more over here, right? Because like, you know, he gives consistent value.
Yeah, and right now the only sort of sustain from the side of Stayhive is that Fire Inosuke, because it just does it for itself. I don't think eventually it's going to be enough to punch through the rest of the units here.
Mm-hmm. Which, you know, the Fire Inosuke, he's another one of those monsters that like a lot of people kind of came to understand how powerful he is via challenge mode. He wasn't on most of our radars until they got the chance to play with him. As crazy as it sounds, he does technically have a chance to solo this alongside Windstark here.
I could see it. I do unfortunately think the reflect damage coming off of the Water Gandalf skill here is probably just going to be enough to sort of put this over the edge. I didn't get a chance to see, I don't think the Shark is run on Vampire. Yeah.
Well, he's not poking through enough to get health back, so I'm not seeing it either. Oh, look at this, man. Yeah, see, Stayhive is like, it's looking rough in terms of like the monster disparity, like playing now 2 to 4 monsters. But believe me when I say he's still not out, which is insane. Let's check to see if he's on Vamp or maybe something else here. He is on Vamp.
He is. Okay, that's interesting, because I feel like if you could punch through that Annabelle, you might have a chance. But again, that reflect damage is just, it's so much. It's so much. And Water Gandalf, you know what? Post nerf, still a really good unit.
He is. Oh, he's still super valid. The fact that Zazos is still using him too means like, oh, he definitely didn't get nerfed quite as hard as people might have expected here. Okay, so unfortunately though, the Fire Inosuke now has 2 debuffs on him, so this is not looking too hot. And just like that, it goes in the favor of Zazos. That's the tough break, is as soon as Inosuke gets too many debuffs on him, he sort of loses his potency.
Yeah, but we've got another game in a row, right, where we went 1-1. Curious to see if it continues the same path as the last game we saw.
This is going to be a nice little testing ground for these folks ahead of SWC too. Like if they're trying to participate in the prelims, they can kind of get a feel for what their enemies are playing.
Yeah, that's why I was thinking it might be a good strategy to just bring what you find enjoyable or try something out, so that way you're not giving too much information away. But obviously, you know, replays are available and we can see what people are trying to run leading up to SWC.
So we got Kovarchi and the latest speed lead holder in the pre-ban. Oh, nice.
Okay.
Richard Morales, that's awesome. I just saw your comment about a friend of yours made it into SWC. That's incredible.
All right, so we got Zezas taking the Windstark this game. And, you know, honestly, the Fire Megami pick into Windstark is pretty solid, but then you've got the counter pick right back with the Water Josephine, so both players just trying to take more turns than the other solely through passives.
Just countering each other. That's, you know, stunning. Fire Megami, Josephine. This brings me back to SWC 2025. That's what the meta was all about back then, was just who can stun and recover from stuns better.
Okay. One of my most coveted units, the Light Totem Girl.
Oh, yeah. Ella, she's amazing, especially with Irene. She and Irene are just an amazing combo together, because that's a unit that has just super effective skills, perfect target for Ella.
Yeah, I'll never forget being at dinner with Stoic and him just casually pulling the Light Ella. That was sort of one of the most exciting units awesome. out in at the Summoners War meetup.
Right outside. It was amazing, dude. I'll never forget that. Stayhive's really thinking about this last one. It is important. Picking the Aya. Now, is this a bluff? Is he still... I think he's probably banning the Chow. This feels like a Chow ban to me.
Yeah, because really, what other unit is putting that much debuff besides the Layla and maybe the Windstark? I mean, I guess you've got skill 2 coming out from Josephine and skill 2 coming out from Vanessa, but I don't know if the Aya is viable enough, and it's catching the ban anyway. So there goes the revive. Still a good amount of sustain on both sides.
It's true. I like the Aya ban from Zezas. I was worried about the Chow, but Stayhive more concerned about getting rid of that speed lead in the revive, so you only have to get rid of those units once. Because Wind Aya, she's one of those units that'll kind of sneak up on you, and you just accidentally lose your entire team, just incidentally.
Oh yeah, one crazy debuff turn into a violent proc with Aya, and you're like, wait, where'd my health bar go?
Putting Chow in the bag, gets both the bar and the bag.
Oh, incredible. Put the Chow in the bag!
Put it in! I'm rewatching SpongeBob, which is crazy to say.
That is, I don't
literally
think I've
just
ever
finished
heard
season
anybody
1 again. So good. So good.
Okay, so this is interesting. I like this. Resets the Irene. It's going to try and put the other one in the bag here. But that does, unfortunately, cause Chow. Honestly, I like the idea, but I feel like Chow losing a lot of health just sort of passively might have been a little bit more beneficial.
That'd be a great Summoners War quiz. So, like, can you have more than one monster in the bag at once?
And as we just found out, no.
Yeah. The answer? No. No, you
now,
can't.
It would be curious to see if you had, like, an Irene put someone in the bag, and then you had the Fire Art Master put somebody in the scroll.
Oh, well, then you could definitely have 2 people in exile. That's a cool... That'd be an awesome combo in there. Oh, perfect setup for skill 3 here. Annabelle going to set up defense breaks and slows across the whole team. Sandstark, who only catches a defense break.
Yeah, does he go for the stun on a unit here? I can't remember if Josephine actually has that fast reset back. And she does. So she's going to take another turn. Lands the stun on the Megami. Stark can put in a little bit of work here.
This is going to be a bit of a dead turn. This is kind of an awkward one. Yeah, so if Chow is going to take over the game, we're going to start seeing it here. Because ultimately what Stayhive lacks, it's a really fun comp, really cool combo, but it lacks the closing potential.
Yeah, and it feels like the last time we were on air together, Ev, we were also talking about Chow, and here he is coming back to just dominate this game because Chow doesn't need anybody but himself.
All roads lead to Chow, chat. That's the case everywhere.
Yeah, able to strip and get that debuff on the Megami. Here comes skill 2. Needs to land. Oh, healthy amount of debuffs going out on the team here. That Irene is not going to be able to put anybody in the bag next turn.
Yeah, silence. Like, what good are the cooldowns if you can't even use them? Look at this. Boom! Just Jason!
Yeah. It's just so good.
So good. And I think now it might be setting in. Okay, if we were being on a totally normal stream, I'd be like, okay, we can send an emote. We can do the Raccoony Bow, a respectful one, for the psychological damage. You know what I mean? It's like,
yeah. Yeah. And you notice there that Ella, something that I always forget about when I'm going up against the Totem Girls is silence does not negate a skill 4. Something to think about.
That's exactly. Silence only cares about skills with a cooldown, which is crazy. And so skill 4, that's the complicated part of a Totem Girls. It's like, how do you turn their skills off? Do you Oblivion? Do you Silence? They're always going to have another option.
Yeah, Riley's one of the most frustrating units to play against. I can only imagine playing against the Ella Totem Girl here because she just really provides that much more. But I don't know if it's going to be enough to run this game. Yeah, and Zezas is going to take game 2.
Exactly. Getting rid of the Anavel really sent the message, because once you get rid of the sustain, it's like, okay, there's nothing left that can really keep this team afloat. Well done by Zezas. I didn't want to say anything too early just because I was like, I like the combo that Stay Hive has assembled for us, and it's really fun to watch. Like, these are interesting monster interactions, but there's relatively little damage.
Yeah, and that's where I think people run into, especially newer people or people trying to climb the ladder of RTA. If you can't, like you were saying, bring a unit or units that synergize with some sort of finishing potential, eventually the units, the sustain units aren't going to do enough.
True. So let's see what they value the most out of those. Please don't be Chow. Okay, thank you. It's Ella and Nana.
Yeah, I guess the stack ban has introduced another element where when we saw the pre-ban phase previously, it was usually, okay, there's 1 or 2 monsters that are a problem. I'm just going to take turns banning every other game. Now with the stack ban, you can ban that monster and not care about it the rest of the set.
Isn't that great? Like that,
I kind of love it. I
kind of love it. Like, especially from a casting perspective, from a viewer perspective, I think it's an amazing change. I think it introduces a new element of strategy and depth of thinking for our players in SWC. It's definitely going to be the hardest SWC yet in terms of like how to navigate a pick ban phase, which I think is adding to the stakes, adding to that viewer experience as well. It's, we want to see like a diverse array of monsters. I want to see everything you got in your box. I want to see how you've ruined everything. And I want to see you improv, like assemble a new team on the fly.
Yeah, I think stack ban also gets rid of the days, long gone days of like, all right, this meta is 3 units that absolutely dominate. I'm thinking Chandra Sagar Velajul days where it was just, hey, if you got those 3 units, you're fine.
Exactly. Or like, last year's SWC, it came at a perfect point, right? Like, I think this was most emblematic in 2025 when it's like Tetsuya was every pick, Josephine was every game. Like, these units that can stun or can't be stunned as a counter pick were just ubiquitous across all of them. So of course the stack ban is the next logical step, which is really cool. We are seeing actually a couple fun content picks here. We're seeing the Fire Hollyberry Cookie as well as Jaeger.
The Jaeger pick is kind of awesome. Curious to see because you've got now 2 speed leads on the side of Zezas. I'd have to imagine the Fire Cookie is going to go first and put that skill 3. So now, once it slows itself down, the units they're just going to take no damage for the next couple of turns.
I saw a Reddit post.
This pick.
I saw a Reddit post like early on after the collab characters came out where someone said, is Windstark budget Jaeger? And someone said Jaeger is budget Windstark.
Yeah. So true. So true. It's a great unit, but it obviously it falls short sometimes. For some reason, when I play against it, it always procs its passive, and it always makes me go after him. But,
exactly.
We're also seeing the Oliver here, so a friendly face to RTA. Everybody knows him. Everybody loves him. He's still a very solid unit.
Bro's calling Oliver a friendly face in RTA. Yeah, he is. Yeah, he's a household name in RTA for sure. Like Oliver, love him or hate him, he's a staple of RTA culture. And like, yeah, he just got a super clutch increased cooldown time on the Viva Chell and a full reset a few turns back here. And now we got Okeanos fresh here, throwing stones at the kids on his lawn. Classic old man.
Not getting a stun on Jaeger there is going to be an issue.
Yeah. Unshackler says, is that Stashenko? It is.
What's up, Shackler?
And now he's trying to throw back the debuffs with Okeanos. Unfortunately fails to do it. There is no real source of defense break, so we're not going to see any big explosive damage out of the Jaeger for a little while at least too.
Yeah, and this Hollyberry shield is just putting in work. I mean, you're basically just... You've protected your team completely. You're giving Okeanos and Oliver a chance to just completely control the team and put a good amount of damage on the other side.
It's like one of the few times that you can see what I call the Summoner's War 0. You know, outside of hitting a shield, you can't hit for 0 or something. Yeah. So you get 1. 1 is definitely the Summoner's War 0.
Yeah, I think now Stay High really needs to capitalize with the Jaeger and the Stark now that the shield is down. And if he can keep that Velajul alive, or excuse me, that Viva Chell alive, then he's going to be in a much better position. But the reset is just so good.
Super. He gets it on the Stark here. He's not too concerned about the Inosuke. It's like that's a problem for later. There is going to be a really complicated moment where he's got to figure out how to kill it. That and Jaeger, to be honest. And I think that the winning combo here, the thing to look out for in chat, right, is like a lineup of like Fire Tetsuya hitting a defense break, and then Okeanos skill 3 for big additional damage sources. And I think that's probably going to be how he gets rid of the Fire Inosuke.
Yeah, and the bar reset there, but not the skill reset coming out from Oliver. I think you need a huge multi-stun here, able to get rid of that Viva Chell, so now there's no sustain on the side of Stay Hive, and Hollyberry's going to have that skill 3. I think it's just going to be too much to punch through.
Now he's going for it. He's taking out the Stark before it gets another turn. Hollyberry's got that skill up. He can kind of just clutch up that kill with Megami. Yeah, there you go. Now he's hitting for 1. Everybody's hitting for 1 now.
Who wins, the scary Dragon Knight or the Cookie?
Yeah, or the Cookie. I actually think it might, low-key, might be the Cookie.
Yeah.
The Cookie will not crumble today, chat.
I introduced a friend to Summoner's War, and I was like, yeah, so I have this this unit, Laura, it's really good. And he's like, so you're telling me that the little, like, lolly-looking occult girl is stronger than Beelzebub, the literal devil himself? And I was like, yeah,
in certain situations, it's like, yeah. Of course, Loki saw that today.
yeah. Like, yes,
and here we go. So this is the moment, right? So we got the defense break set up. We got the second thing. And now it's just big hit from Hollyberry or Oki skill 3, and it's game. Zazos, just like that. 3-1 against Stay Hive. Well played, Zazos.
Congratulations to Zazos, and honestly, that Fire Cookie is maybe new meta?
Maybe new meta? Dude, the damage reduction, like, I seriously cannot be underestimated. Making everybody hit for 1, like, it gives you a whole rotation of effectively invincibility.
Yeah, and with the Oliver just being able to control the units, I mean, like, it was a very good control game coming out from the side of Zazos there.
Totally agree, which means now, guys, it's like that means that we're going to be seeing a True Whale Zazos grand finals at the Showmatch, which is super fun. Let's take a look at the highlights from the games we just saw. In this match, we saw Stay Hive have a really good opener, spread out the damage, eventually clutched it up, but it was a little shaky after that intro for a second, but he assembled a win through just big damage and Beelzebub proccing right here after this res.
Yeah, that was absolutely huge, and I love seeing the Erechion pick. I might steal that in the RTA ladder with how buffs are flying around in today's meta. I really like that pick.
I kind of experimented with the Light Ifrit for a little bit when Gandalf was like being thrown around. You know, I was like, oh, I'll take a reflect or something like that. I think he low-key might even be better into stuff like we saw here today. I think Stay Hive picked him at a perfect time. Or into Shizuka. Into a Shizuka is also a good place to do it too. There we go, guys. And that's the story of how Zezas found his way into the finals to meet True Whale. It's been a best of 5 all day today, and that is not changing for the finals. We're still going best of 5. We're still doing stack ban. This is the debut of the stack ban, and you'll get to see more of it in SWC 2026, but this is the first time it's ever been seen live, which is really fun here at the second ever America's Showmatch. I'm having a great time, Stosh. How about you, dude?
Yeah, this is awesome. I really like the stack ban. I think it's going to make SWC that much more interesting. And I'm curious, from the perspective of Zezas, are you watching the True Whale game before you and sort of preemptively thinking about the stack ban as opposed to using the stack ban in real time, right?
Exactly. That's something that they have to keep in mind here. And they're going to have a little time to think about it because we're going to take a quick break before the grand finals. We'll see you guys right back here in 5 minutes. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the America's Showmatch. This time for the grand finals between True Whale and Zezos. And man, Stosh, we have had a crazy set of games today.
Yeah, this has been sort of what I feel like SWC was intended to be, right? We've got really deep monster boxes, we've got really deep rune quality, and we're getting treated with a little bit of content picks.
Exactly. And dude, chat, these are all symptoms of being the debut of the stack ban, right? We are seeing more diversity in the pick ban phase than ever before. We're seeing these players dig deeper into their monster boxes than years of SWC. We are breaking metas here. We're seeing weird pocket picks and improv on the fly. And if you like what you're seeing here today, then you get to look forward to more of it in SWC 2026, because this is just the tip of the iceberg. You can look forward to more from the stack ban and these players when SWC 2026 starts in proper for the America's Cup prelims on the 22nd of August and early next Friday for the Korean Open qualifier. So look forward to that. But today we still have an intense best of 5 to look forward to, and they have been playing out of their minds, man.
Yeah, we've had a lot of back and forth. That first game going all the way to game 5, the second game going all the way to game 4. I think the stack ban is going to introduce really just longer matches with more depth. And I keep saying that word over and over again, but it just goes to show you, like, that's what it takes to be a true SWC champion. How far can you go all the way to potentially game 7?
Exactly. We're getting into it right now, guys. Zezos versus True Whale. This is round number 1. And also, as Stosh pointed out before break, these guys had some time to think about when they want to debut these monsters, when they want to pre-ban them, how important it is that they get to play with these monsters, right? We see Zezos prioritizing the Win Stark, which somehow avoided the pre-bans altogether in the last matchup. So we'll see if True Whale wants to let it fly again, or maybe he wants to give it a little bit of attention after this round.
Yeah, and like I was saying before, it adds a layer of, even if you go and watch your opponent's games, now the pre-ban is a tool that could be used for you to take a look at, say, okay, these are the monsters we have in common in between our matches. I don't want to use that monster because ultimately I want to ban it out. I think it's going to add a different layer of, you know, is it worth going up against a unit or trying to pick it first in the first match?
Yeah. You know, in all these collab picks, I didn't even notice True Whale's picking the Fire Tanjiro, which has a ignore defense skill 2, very potent monster.
Yeah, that's interesting. I feel like here we are seeing the Wind Aya makes a little bit more sense, especially against a team that debuffs quite a bit. And we're seeing very little LD picks coming from the side of True Whale. I wonder if that's intentional, because he knows that he's got it as a backup.
Yeah, that could be the case. He might be employing some of that strategy we're talking about here. He doesn't want any of them to be pre-ban targets right out the get.
Yeah, because honestly, at this point, if you have a stack ban and there's been 4 or 5, a max of 4 units banned out, then you probably don't want to remind your opponent that you have that unit too early.
Yeah, no kidding. Mike the Knight, what's up, dude? Says, yo, Evan and Stosh and Co. and chat, happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday to you too, dude.
Happy Wednesday, Mike. Welcome in.
Tanjiro catches a ban.
yeah, I did not want to deal with that skill too.
Neither would I. I don't even know if I've seen True Whale pick that unit before, actually. That was a cool pick, because, I mean, like, you know, positive elemental relationship. Holy tanky Wind Aya. I mean, she only needs 1 stack, right? So,
yeah, I'm going to be honest, not killing that unit's going to be a problem. Able to get the huge stun on the Sonya there. Does he go for skill 2 onto the Windstar?
Yeah, you're right that it low-key messes up the turn with the Layla. It does, because, like, Layla's turn is actually going to hurt True Whale now.
Yeah, Aya hit Sonya with the Kung Fu Panda Wushu finger hold and said, hold on
a minute. She'll probably just get the one. Oh, wait a minute. She might not get any, because you can actually clutch up the kill right here, which I would.
Yes, yes. I do not know why you did not go for Wind Aya there.
I guess he's a minute for Megami, I suppose. Somebody's got to do it, though. The only thing is that, like, this is why I wanted to kill it faster, because Juno's going to take a turn and heal it, right? So, I don't... And also, Stark has the threat state. I think this was just kind of a misfire on this alignment here. I think it needed to get taken out by the Layla.
Oh, my God, yeah. If it procs. Okay, you're very lucky. very lucky. Maybe the intention was that there would have been a little bit more sustain coming out from these units. Yeah, I don't know.
I
don't know. That was a tough one.
It was a tough one. I think Layla had to confirm the kill there, right? Because we knew Juno was going to heal. Juno was going to heal her if it didn't die, right? Because Juno was going to cut in, take a turn. And then if Stark moved, I didn't even think to factor that in. If he used skill 1, he was going to throw threat state up to steal that attention away. So even if the intent was for Megumi to confirm the kill, he wouldn't have the opportunity. There's just a lot of things to keep in mind with these new units too. And so like that, I think there was just kind of a misfire.
Yeah, that Juno was able to heal back up. And I think if you're thinking from the perspective of Truel, remembering that, you know, the Aya just survived a skill 2 from Sonya, it's probably going to survive a skill 1 from a unit that's considerably weaker.
Well said. Mike the Knight said, I pulled a 3rd Windfreerin. Bro, that's going to be me. I pulled 2. I pulled 2 of her. Avanzada. What's up, Achapando? What's up, dude?
So yeah, if you're maybe just to sort of change things up in the pre-ban here, Windstark, no, does not get the ban. But I think Zazas is doing exactly what we said before. He knows that the Lima is eventually coming, so he might as well just get it out of the way.
That was so good. Zazas just broke out of the matrix here because I think True Whale was doing a little out of sight, out of mind sort of thing. And Zazas is like, no, I did not forget about the Lima.
He said, bro, I did not forget who you are.
You can't fool me. I know you have her. I know she's in there.
Yeah, she just does so much, and I love this unit from the Dark Monkey King here. I think we could see a Windaya come back from this. Maybe it has scarred True Whale enough to catch the ban if we see it come through.
Totally. Yeah. What does he pick into this? The Dark Monkey King first pick tells me True Whale is like he's awakened right now. He wants this win right here. Oh, and plus the light Gojo, the light Verner, he can have that cleanse option in the back. Okay, we got the Shiho and the Anavel back up here for Zazas. A couple of his favorite units there. Though Shiho has kind of like failed spectacularly to no one's fault. It just sometimes he just gets no activations on skill 3.
I mean, it's one of those units that comes out of the gate really strong with its speed lead and potential stun. But if it doesn't get protected, or we're seeing in this case, like if it doesn't have a unit like Stark that eats some of the damage, then it's just a hard focus.
True Will bringing the Layla back. On there's the Aya. You called it, dude. Zazos brought that Aya back. I mean,
yeah,
you got to.
I think you have to ban that unit, especially if you're running a Layla Dark Monkey King here.
And I imagine Zazos knows that, right? So, like, if I'm in his position, I'm banning either Dark Monkey King or Layla. A dealer's choice, right? But
yeah, I mean, you could theoretically go the route of Anavel because Fire Inosuke has its own sort of sustain. Zazos can't remember if he's running a Stark on Vampire Rune. So now we've got one side. We've got both sides. One has a little bit more team heal, and one has a little bit more self heal. Oh, no. Misses the stun.
I called it. I'm so sorry, Zazos, bro. I brought up the no activation thing, and it happened. I'm so sorry. It's the caster's curse for sure.
Yeah, and I think True Whale here is just saying, screw it. We're gonna try and get rid of these units as quick as possible so that the passive doesn't even matter.
Just send it, yeah. Like I think getting rid of that Anavel is priority number 1. Like for real,
Absolutely,
getting rid of the cleanse is so important. They didn't ban either of the monsters that we had called out either. Like the Vanessa catching the ban, that 33 speed lead. I guess True Whale just really wanted to take that opener. He really valued the turn 1 here.
Yeah, and it doesn't even matter why detonate, because even if the Anavel procs, it's going to blow up to the bomb. Now he can focus on the other units. He can probably wait until he has the bomb again to go onto that Aya and then just completely remove it. Interesting. Might have saved skill 3 to get through to that Shiho, but maybe it doesn't matter here. Ooh, doesn't put the negate on the Shiho.
So, I think now he's got to kill the Aya or he dies to it. You could probably... Okay. Oh, there we go. Zazos sees the writing on the wall. It's like the game is going to... There's going to be a little volatility. I still think I would have stayed just in case, because, I mean, there's a chance the bomb whiffs. You know, it's like... Same thing. If Shiho's in play, you stay. If Ciara's in play, you stay. You might live. You might dodge the bomb. Who knows? I still think it was a little bit early, but it did favor True Whale for sure.
Definitely. And we've got Mike asking in chat, how good is Win Stark after the balance patch? I would say that he's still pretty viable. He just probably needs more support than he did a few days ago.
Yeah. And look, he's catching a pre-ban and totally deserves it. Yeah, I agree with that assessment. Like, you can't rock him just alone and win the game anymore. He's not enough to carry a match on his own, which should be the point, right? Yeah, and I think TDO puts it really well. Still seems good, just not 55% win rate good, which is balanced. Exactly.
Yeah. Units with that with 55 is god tier. Like you were saying before, Lamiglia was one of those units a while ago, and then surely fell off.
Exactly, and I think it was his fault. I think it was Windstark's fault. But we'll see. True Whale coming back with the Vanessa with that 33 lead, comes in with Kovarchi as well. We got Zazos with his super fast base speed Shiho that we knew took turn 1 even without a speed lead last game. Actually, he took an HP lead if I'm not mistaken. He still caught turn 1.
Yeah, now we've got the speed lead coming out from Theodora, another change from the balance patch, because they love to give those units that speed lead there. We saw, like I was saying before, it happened with Wind Monkey King. And I think Zazos is fully taking the mentality of, let's move first, let's put up good numbers, and let's do a bunch of damage.
Dang Skippy. And can I just say, I'm so glad they gave it to her. She has one of the coolest third skill animations, and we never get to see it.
Oh, shout out even furthermore, the transmog pack.
Oh, yeah.
It's so cool.
Super cool.
As somebody who has a dark, I have a Velasca and a silver, I got that transmog pack immediately.
That's awesome. Oh, by the way, the idea of like the hackers being like a fisherman, it's like a phishing scheme, PH phishing scam. That's a really cute allegory.
You just blew my mind.
I know, dude.
Put that together.
Isn't that so funny, bro? I don't know if that's intentional, but it probably was, because I was like, this is genius.
Chat, there are layers to this.
There are layers to these skins, bro. It's not... Oh, man. And we got the light Parang coming out from True Whale. One of the most popular picks of SWC 2025. And double Spectre Princess. It's so rare to see double Spectre Princess when it isn't just Lamila Velasca.
Yeah, I mean, now that we've got a fire speed lead coming out from Theodora, Velasca will always be good. And then now Lamiglia, if you can punch through a team that can't continuously put up immunity, now obviously this will be tough, but the Wind Indra has the potential to do a ton of damage and strip.
Yeah, and he could do it here. Hopefully for Zazos, he does something, because
oh
my god,
the Despair Vanessa.
Despair Vanessa. We were talking about this, bro. This is the prophecy. This has been foretold stuff. I literally mentioned the Vanessa, and he goes down. Chakra goes down, bro. If I was Zazos, I'm legitimate, dude. In between rounds, I'm uninstalling for a second, and then I'm re-downloading,
and screaming. I'm
going. Bro,
out.
Dude, the Shiho, he didn't activate again. He didn't activate again, bro. Oh my god, what a game.
Oh my god, I think you just banned Vanessa out of spite.
Despair. Oh, just the amount of psychological trauma back to back, chat. Just put yourself in Zazos' shoes there for a second, dude. Your Shiho whiffs every skill, no activation. Vanessa strips and despair stuns you, and then your Chakra gets nuked. Yeah, it's over.
I don't know what's worse, that or potentially it violent proc stripping with skill 2 and then skill 1 resetting. I think I would rather that, because it's like, all right, 2 things had to happen. The fact that skill 2 punched through and then he said, nobody would have seen me closed out of the app faster.
I know. It's a miracle he's still here. I love it, dude. That's so great. All jokes aside, Zazos is doing amazing. That was just a series of truly unfortunate events. It was so funny, bro. Oh my god. That's the sort of thing you only see at the America's Showmatch and with the Stack Band chat. It's so funny. Hey, Viva, she's back.
All right, so she was our shining star in the first matchup here. She's making a comeback for True Whale. We've sort of got a classic component here of this Ciara Gianna, but I like the anti-Hagang pick here because you let those units move. Hagang basically just turns them off for a turn, but you probably want to bring in something if you're Zezas that continues to buff. Otherwise, like we said before, Hagang's just a dead unit.
True. Yeah, and this is probably one of those situations where True Whale is seeing an opportunity here. He's like, my Gianna is probably going to get banned. I'm probably going to ban the Hagang because that's the classic song and dance between Gianna and Hagang. Oh, I kind of like the Chow, though, because I was going to say you got to bring something extremely potent here. Oh, Seimei into the Layla. Wait, that's a really good... That's okay, so we trade monsters there. That's great. Everybody gets what they want.
All right, let's see. Threatening turn 1 here. We're going to see the Sekhmet get the reset. That's pretty huge. Now, you can't really do anything. You just probably have to skill 1 here. But again, the only units you're looking at that apply buff are the Chandra.
Yeah. Regeki says, I lent Zezas my Shiho. Is that what your Shiho does? That's what all of our Shihos do. What's up,
Ultimate
Regeki?
check. I love it.
That's too funny.
All right, so now you've got an attack break and a glancing on the Okeanos. His skill 3 and skill 2 are probably going to become irrelevant for the next 2 turns. Unless, I don't know, crazier things have happened. All right, able to actually land stunned on 2 of the units.
That was not bad. Not a bad rip for Zezas and big damage from Chandra on that Gianna. Yeah, Zezas is in a commanding position here. You can throw the bomb wherever you please. Might be a good opportunity to maybe put it on the... you could put it on Oki. Oh my god, dude.
Evan, you cursed it. You cursed it.
I think I did. I shouldn't have said where he should have put it. Ciara,
I was going to ignore the bomb completely.
I know. She doubted herself. That's what that was. She was like, oh, is this wrong?
Mike, I like the question. You pulled Miles the other day. Miles does really well on a shield violent set because he moves based on the number of buffs he has.
Yeah, and he does a lot of damage. He's a really good monster. He does a lot of damage. He ignores defense based on his speed, and his speed increases, like Stosh said, based on buffs in play. So yeah, it's really good. And that is a...
Okay, I like this. Zezas said never back down, never what?
Never give up. That's true.
It doesn't matter. He said, I don't care that I lost in the craziest way. We're running it back. GG's go next.
That was like rage fueled victory right there. You could tell. Like that was there was some gamer fuel in that. Let's just say that, you know. He came back with a vengeance, bro.
So it all comes down to this. Whoever wins this match is going to take home the title of America's Showmatch champion for right now.
Yeah, the second ever America's Showmatch champion. Layla Gianna catching pre-bans. And I got to give credit where it's due to Zezas. It shows you what type of player he is to lose like that and come back stronger. Like sometimes people will kind of get in their own, they'll get in their head too much after a loss like that. They'll start second guessing things. Zezas came back really confidently. And that's what I like about watching him play. Like, you know, he took a loss, got out quick. And he's like, okay, I'm going to come in. I'm going to do something different.
100%. 100%. All of us could take a lesson from Zezas because I know when I go off the RTA ladder, how quickly I select the next match when in reality I should just take one deep breath and be like,
yes,
okay,
I spiral.
That match is over.
I spiral, or like worse, I'll try the same thing I did. And I was like, bro, this didn't work the first time. Like, why am I doing it again?
Yeah, definition of insanity just blinks across the screen.
Yeah. Again, guys,
right.
that Theodora.
Okay,
so you play with
all
the
right,
speed.
Theodora.
Mm-hmm. Double speed lead from Zezas.
Yeah, bringing the Nyx in. Such a good unit. I mean, the passive alone is well worth it.
Has Fire Inosuke won a game yet? I can't recall.
I'm going to be honest, I don't remember either, but I don't remember it being that exciting. If he did win a game, it's probably because of the other units alongside him. I understand the pick because you might as well bring a tanky thing that is hard to kill and protects itself. But I don't know if it's the shining. It's definitely not the shining unit of these couple games here.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't love that it turns off after one harmful effect as well. But granted, I mean, there's not a lot of harmful effects out. Oh, speaking, Annabelle's there to put one more. So we'll see how it plays out for him. I do like the Tian Lang because it really cuts in well against this Juno and also against the Oliver.
Yeah, Zezas basically says, okay, you want to kill me? You're going to have to go through some of the toughest monsters to kill.
Yeah.
I loved it. Okay, this is what we were talking about before. A Masha pick, if this does not get banned out, it is going to nuke units faster than you can recover.
What a great choice, too. Element neutral for most of the board. This might actually be him signaling I'm going to ban the Annabelle, but I'm not sure if he cares about it that much. But it's like, yeah, the Masha pick is super fun, and also something we might not normally get to see if we didn't have, like, 8 monsters pre-banned down there. Juno's out, Nyx is out, and now we're about to go into the last game of the America's Show match.
Yeah, I like the Nyx ban. You've got to take away that passive. It's just too good to protect. Again, not a ton of sustain coming out from the side of True Whale here, but I think the game plan is not going to matter.
Exactly. Here she comes. Francis Noble, what's up, dude? EIE says, so Dark Zenitsu now is benched for RTA or still good? Bro, he's still good, actually. He's still good. It's going to take more than that to take Dark Zenitsu out.
Yeah, so now we've got protection on the side. The bomb was completely reset on the side of Truel. So now CR is going to become a lot less threatening over the course. I think you need to get a huge provoke here on the Oliver, and he misses it here. So he's probably just going to control... Yep, TM Lang makes sense. Not enough additionals, no crit on... Yep.
Hey, this is down.
Oh, God, Masha's such a good unit. I love
it. She is a beast rider for real. Like, she is a beast, bro. She's great, even today. Like, you know, I was joking. Like, this is very 2020. It's a retro pick. But she's still good. Nothing changed, right? She's still so fantastic.
100%. Oh, my God. This is exactly what you need here. You bomb that Oliver and you skill 3 immediately.
Yeah, and she doesn't whiff this time. Ciara knows it's time to turn it on. Here comes Masha to clutch it up, and now it is looking pretty good for True Whale.
Yeah, it's unfortunately the shield is not going to do enough reflect damage here.
Don't think so. Especially...
But this is kind of the tricky thing. This happens on the RTA ladder where it comes down to basically Angela and another unit, and you have to start to choose, okay, which one do I want to get the shield every time Angela moves? And you have to play that game of sort of taking them down almost at the same time. Wow, sleep. Off what element sleep.
What a choice. Like, what to be able to make that call on the fly is so good, dude. Like, I'm going to attack off element and not heal my Angela. I'm actually just going to fish for a sleep. And
you know
that's
what?
it.
Fire Inosuke heard us say something.
Dude, he heard
said, fine, I'll do it myself.
He's like, I heard you talking smack before the game. You know, so kudos to the Fire Inosuke, and an even bigger congratulations to True Whale for claiming the second ever champion title for the America's Show match. It's only the second time we've run this, and he took the title in a Game 5 against Zezas. That was awesome, Stosh.
That was really cool. I think if that's what we're expecting to see in SWC with the stack pan, I think people and the viewers are in for a real treat.
I think so too, dude. Let's look at some highlights. I totally agree. The
Aya surviving was crazy.
And yes, and she got way too much value. This is the one where it was like she got taken out a little too late. Zezas was able to take the win. It happens. That was the first of 2 games where Shiho was going to miss his skill 3. And look, he reprised his role in this following game here.
Oh my
this
God.
is the one, Stosh.
I can't watch.
I can't look. I can't look.
That was easily the craziest moment. A Despair Vanessa, like secret tech.
Just like, I think might be the objectively like worst case scenario, like the worst series of events I've seen play out back to back.
Yeah, but you know what? Zezas battled back like a champ, and I think gave Truel a real run for his money. This game here, you know, Sierra did what she was supposed to, and ultimately Truel was able to take it away. Congrats to the champ.
Congratulations, True Whale, and to everybody involved. Seriously, thank you to all 4 of our players for making this such a great show, for the content picks, for taking it so seriously as well. Like, I was seeing these games, these guys wanted to win, and that came through, and it really elevated it. So I appreciate everybody who came out to play for these ultimately just really high-tier bragging rights, right? Like, so appreciate it. That was so much fun, Stash.
Oh my God, yeah, coming out doing it for the love of the game. Why not, right? For the people, this is our spectator sport. Me, you, chat, just watching some of the best go up, especially with monster boxes that are pretty cool to watch. I hope everybody enjoyed, and I really hope people look forward to seeing the stack ban in SWC.
I do too, man. And speaking of which, SWC is kicking off with the Korean Open qualifier next week. And so that's going to be Friday, 10 p.m. Pacific time. And if you want to watch the America's Cup prelims, mark your calendars because we got days 1, 2, and 3 on the 22nd, the 23rd, and the 29th of August. So be there or be square, chat. And you can look forward to seeing more of this stack ban mode then. Stash, this has been so much fun, dude. I loved it. Thank you for casting with me today. Is there anything you want to say to the chat before we depart?
Just thanks for having me on, Evan. Always a pleasure. And chat, tell someone you love them.
Oh, yes. That's a great note. Chat, thank you guys for being here. Look forward to more SWC action coming up in August. Give Stash a follow if you haven't already. And stay tuned for more later. We will see y'all next time. And if you're on Twitch, stay in chat. We're going to raid somebody. Bye, everybody.